Find it hard to catch my breath sometimes. Feeling really tired. It's been going on almost every day. Headaches. Yeah, I got kind of a headache going on right now. Pretty view though. Check that out right there. Maybe time to get out of here. It's possibly going to stay a little bit longer, but yeah, I think this is enough. I've been up here about a week, and I love it. I can't even describe the smell that the aspens and the pines, and it just smells amazing. And it's been nice and cool. Got my jacket on in the sunshine. But yeah, it's time to get down to some lower elevations, I think. Get back down to where the oxygen is a little more normal. Kind of get going, get out of here. Time to get out of here. I have another dilemma. Wait until I get inside. I'll share it with you. Oh. Okay, I got my coffee. That's not the dilemma. There, get you turned around here a little bit. I got my coffee. That's not the dilemma, though. Good coffee, out of breath. So let me turn you around and show you what I've got here. The highway goes right by here. And I have a choice, a right turn or a left turn. The right turn leads us down to Capitol Reef, where I've been wanting to go, and one of these days hope to go. But a left turn will take us to Skinwalker Ranch. Now, I debated back and forth which way, and I have to tell you, I kind of missed not going to Area 51 this year. And Skinwalker Ranch might not be as exciting as Area 51, but there's enough lore, there's enough information on the net. It is known as kind of a spooky place. And literally it comes down to this: a right turn or a left turn. Yeah, I've been kicking around Skinwalker Ranch. I've been kicking around Capitol Reef. Both of them are in opposite directions, so I can't go to both. All right, We're just gonna pull out and you're gonna find out. Hang on, guys. I'm gonna decide here in just a minute. Skinwalker Ranch, here we come. We'll see you. That is literally how close, right there. Right turn, left turn. I'm going. We're going to Skinwalker Ranch. Who knows what we're gonna see there, but we're going. I don't know what we're gonna see there. I don't know. Isn't it beautiful though? Look at this drive. This is just gorgeous. I'll give you a minute. I'll give you 2. This is we gotta get this even. There you go. Oh, wow. Welcome to Happy Hour Live, everybody. Yeah. Oh, boy. I have to thank whoever mentioned tinfoil hat in the comments there. You're right. Absolutely. Weird stuff happens. This is Skinwalker Ranch is actually, you guys can't see, there's a lake just north of Skinwalker Ranch. It's about 1.5 miles north of the actual ranch itself. Now the ranch is private property. I can't go on the ranch, but I can be around the ranch. I can, I can go film what I can. And missing foil, Dave. You're not fully protected. Yeah. Well, Oh, guys, there it is right there. There it is. There it is. I am going to be paying attention. I'm going to be here a couple days. And I thought, when am I ever going to get to wear a tinfoil hat? If I went to Capitol Reef, I would not. I would not. It wouldn't be the same. Put the drone up and see what you can see. You know what? There may be an option for that, and I do have that option, and maybe we will. That's a good idea, Dawn. I appreciate that one. Oh my gosh. Okay, so there it is, tinfoil hat time. It is, Skinwalker Ranch has some lore to it, and it just, you know what, me, I love beautiful places, but I like the strange and unusual too. I think I like the strange and unusual a little bit more than the beautiful places. You can go and see pictures all the time. I mean, there are some awesome ones out there, and and when I do get around them, I'll take my share of pretty pictures. But Skinwalker Ranch, I guess we're going to see what we run into in the next couple days and see what happens. But I thought, when am I going to get a chance or get this close to Skinwalker Ranch? I may be back here next year. I may not be back here ever. and it just sounded a little more exciting to me. And we will. I do not have enough tinfoil for a poncho, Gary. I don't. So, but thank you. Look at that. There it is. You look natural wearing tinfoil, Dave. There you go. Oh my gosh. Let's go ahead and introduce everybody and say hi to everybody out there. Hopefully I got this right, but it looks like Cowboy Biker Adventures gets first word right there. Hi everyone from Hawaii. No, not Hawaii. Hornell, New York. 70 degrees and nice. X Fired Up is in the house. WCRV Adventures. Just talking to Carrie. She's in for the football, guys. She's in for fantasy football this year. And can I just throw that banner up? We have 4 empty slots, and we are going to have 12 teams this year. If you want to participate in the fantasy football, I am going to be drawing names out of the hat. I've got about 6 names in the hat right now, and people that want to play this year. We're cutting it back from 20 teams down to 12. There's a lot of complaints last year about being able to pick players when you're in a pinch. So if you want to participate in the fantasy football right there, and you're going to have to go up against Miss Carrie, I am just warning you. All right. Now, Miss Carrie she's devious. All right. She will be silent in the background, and all of a sudden she will get you. She will get you. I'm telling you. All right. So, Cosmic Mermaid and Starman, Jennifer loves real estate. That is Miss Jennifer LaForte. Say hi to Miss Jennifer. You guys have been talking back there. You know that Jenny was in the house. Cowboy Biker Adventures Dawn, another one there, is going to be playing again. He takes his football seriously. He takes his football seriously. We've already got a couple of rule changes. We may cover those, we may not, but those that are playing, I will make sure that you get a notification. But X Fired Up Cracker Box Palace. X Fired Up Cracker Box Palace is in the house. Glad to have you here. I think I mentioned Cosmic Mermaid and Starman. That's Don. He's going to be here. Market Share is in the house. Left Chandler last Wednesday, 104. Woo! But went to now Nutrioso. I don't know where that is. 64 degrees. That sounds right. Travel trailer, wife and dog, happy wife, happy life. I'm telling you, good on you. And Market Share asking Don how Niagara Falls is. If you guys haven't seen, you've seen the shorts, you've seen the videos. He keeps kicking them out, and good on you, Don. Let's roll on down the way here. Bead Trapper is in the house. Hello, dear. How you doing? Beat Trapper, I haven't seen your name in the hat for the NFL football pool, so put it in there. Just write to that email right down there at the bottom. And Bob, now Gary has already said he didn't want to play, and Tom and Lori have. Now Gary and Tom and Lori have. I've been inviting them every year since we've been doing the fantasy football, and I have not been able to get them to come in and play. And I will make this deal. We only have 4 slots. We're going to be drawing names out of the hat because I have about 6 people that want in it. But I will make the deal to Gary and to Tom and Lori RV Life. If they want to join in on the football pool, you get a spot. All right. I have that kind of pool. I can do this for you. I know the people up at the top. I can make this happen for you. So I'm just saying. That's people want to see you play. People want to see you win. See? Going on down here. See if I missed you, I apologize, but We got to get on with the show here. Next exit, Bob. Bob is another one. Bob. So we got Gary. We got next exit. We've got RV Living Life. We've got Tom and Lori RV Life, and next exit, Bob. All right, you three get an automatic. All right, you automatically in. I have the pull. I can pay off the right people to make sure that you get in on the league. So just saying, I'm just saying, but glad to have you here. Again, let's see here. RV Living Life. We got I think we got you guys. Life with Lenny. Lenny is in there. Lenny, do you want it? It's coming up this week. We're gonna fill up that football, that fantasy football. If you want in, right there at the bottom is my email address. Right there, I will get your message. I will get your email, and we'll see what we can do. We'll see what we do. Now, after all, can't. Cowboy Biker Don can't take his football too seriously now. After all, he's a Cowboys fan. Well, this is true. This is true. Well, Dave, when is the draft? We will be setting the draft very soon. In fact, I was good. I'm trying to look. Seemed like we had it a little bit early, and you guys wanted to see some of the preseason games before you decided on your draft picks. So I'm thinking that we will make that happen. So, you don't have an email address. Yes, we had that problem. We tried to sign Gary and Miss Carol up a couple years ago, I think it was, and the rest of the world has Gmail. Gary, get it. It's free. It's free. You cheap. Just go get a Gmail account, and we'll sign you up. See, Gmail seems to work. Whatever that private server that you've got there of Hillary Clinton's is not working for the NFL fantasy football. So Gmail, it's free, Gary. It's free. All right. But to answer your question, Don, I don't know when the draft is going to be. Angela and Lenny. I think Angela, it was either, we've got Sean and Angie, and we've got Angela and Lenny, and I think Angela is in, so they are in the hat, so to speak, and look forward to new faces this year. So again, we're cutting it down to 12 teams from the 20. So much as I'm sure everybody will like. Excuse me. Oh, there you go. Anyway. Well, right behind me, looking into the skies back there, if you see anything happening in the skies, it's right over Skinwalker Ranch, about a mile and a half over my shoulder right there. And so you guys keep watch for me. Keep watch for me. That Skinwalker Ranch is not a military installation. It just goes back in Indian lore, and apparently the owners of that property have always had some weird stuff going on. If you have not seen the story about Skinwalker Ranch, I would encourage you, if you're curious and you're in for a little entertainment, check out Netflix, Skinwalker Ranch. I don't know. Somebody might be able to tell me. Is it The Secrets of Skinwalker Ranch? I'm not sure. But as the story, Bigfoot, no, there's no Bigfoot here. There's the Bill. There's no. Okay, I did tell you to warn me just in case, but use that sparingly, because the little boy that cried wolf. I'm just saying. Oh my gosh. But I saw it really. Oh, yeah. Okay. Bill is cut off. No more. I I am a skeptic until I see it. I'm not really. I love the UFO thing. I love going and hanging out there at Area 51. Not just for the UFO thing, but just it is a military installation, and that you never know what you're going to see. And have always, almost every trip that I've made out that way, have I saw it too, Dave. I guys are making me nervous now. Jiminy Christmas. Where's my get that tinfoil on there? You got there. I'm protected. I'm good. I'm good. This took I had to find the tinfoil to get this on here, and it's there you go. So God, Jiminy Christmas. Make sure it's on there. I know I don't have the whole hat really covered, but this is it's just all I've got. Wait until it gets dark. Okay, so I have just in that sense right there. I have been last night. I got into town, and tonight and tomorrow night I will be doing time lapse of the skies over Skinwalker Ranch. Why not? I'm here. I'm here. I also have an IR camera. I'll have that up and set up and running. And if there's anything that is not visible to the human eye, maybe that will pick it up. Guys, I'm not coming here with a boatload of technology. I'm coming here with the basics, but kind of fun. I will be making a trip into at least down the driveway there. I've seen some pictures, so it looks like it's okay to head over that way. And we'll see what we get. I will film it, and we'll make that happen. So when the Rangers make when the Rangers makes his round and catches Dave in that hat, they'll run like hell or kick him out. Thankfully, there are only two other campers here, including one is the ranger or the host, and I'm on the other side, so they would have to actually go down. But nice RV park here. It is, if you look on the map, and yes, you can put in on Google Maps if you're wondering where it is. You can put on Skinwalker Ranch. It will show up on Google Maps. And there is a lake just north of that. And that is the lake that is right there behind me. So there you go. That view right there is practically over the ranch. So keep the tinfoil hat. Okay, well, yeah, I'm not sure. I'll keep that in mind, Don. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. There are some weird things. If you watch that Netflix, and it is, I think it's like 6 episodes, something like that. It is pretty interesting. There are two seasons of it, as I recall, and it's interesting. Some weird stuff happens with cell phones. I've got my cell phone. I'm keeping it right by me just in case. So, let's see. Something just. We're gonna have to. Okay, we'll have to review the video. It takes a little while. I'm keeping my hat on. I'm keeping my hat on there. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. but it might have been a bird. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it has been known through the years for paranormal activity, and the ranch was purchased a couple times since 1996. The owners back then basically, I don't know now, Miss Jennifer LaFord, Jenny is a real estate agent. If you have a property that is weird stuff happening on it, do you have to disclose that when you're selling it? Now, I happen to know that they did because they hoped not to capitalize on it, but they were really hoping that somebody would come in that could study this more. And what is hanging down over your head? It's I don't I don't I don't know. I don't know. But that purchase went through. They did some tests, and then a real estate mogul out of Salt Lake City purchased the property with knowing the history of the property, and he worked out a deal, I guess, with Netflix, and he's not willing, or he's not afraid to spend the money to do some serious testing. So the last season, the season 2 of that show, they really get into it with a lot of electronics, a lot of technology, and checking the property out. And I will say, there's some weird stuff happening. There is definitely some weird stuff happening. So you guys are talking about the tinfoil. Is it tinfoil or aluminum foil? It's aluminum foil, and I don't even know if you can buy tinfoil anymore, or is that, I don't know. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. So on the way here, breaking up my drive down from the mountain, I will tell you that it was hard getting down out of that 9,000 foot range. I had a ways to go. Some of the interesting things that I saw along the way, two things that I found out about Utah. There are coal mines, and big coal mines, and there are oil wells. And coming down off the mountain, I didn't realize what I was looking at, but from a coal mine, there was a conveyor belt system, as best as I can describe it. And I didn't think it was going to be any big deal as I'm driving and passing by. But at a certain point, I had to grab the camera and start filming this thing. This conveyor belt went for at least 7 miles down the mountain as I was traveling down. And it started to occur to me that they are moving that coal down off the mountain without trucks, and with the intention of, when it got down to the bottom, the conveyor went to another facility, and right behind this facility were railroad cars, and those railroad cars went for miles and miles, and they were empty railroad cars. But it was quite fascinating. I did not expect to see that driving down the highway, and that conveyor system basically followed right alongside the highway through mountains, canyons, gorges, right down to the bottom where the facility was, where they loaded it onto rail cars. So fascinating. I have this much. Can you see that? I have this much experience with seeing coal mines, and that was just from basically a trip to West Virginia and the East Coast and saw a little bit, but I've never seen anything like that. Never seen anything like that. But lead, I don't think they put lead. No, they don't put lead. No, lead might provide more protection, but probably kill you just the same. So, but they don't know. This is aluminum. I don't know. Aluminum, some people say aluminum is bad too. So I don't know. Can we get away from anything that isn't causing us something? Coal is what? Oh my gosh! Some of my protection is already blown off. It is a little windy here. I still look good though. I'm doing okay. There you go. Powers electric cars. Yeah, no, I don't know. Don, I think that is just going to be something we are going to have to face. We're going to see it in our lifetimes, and I don't think there's any getting around it. Lead paint tastes better. I'm right there with you. I don't know that they've used lead paint in a long time either, but I was a painter, and I will say that, yeah, it doesn't taste too bad. I've sprayed a lot of houses, guys. Sprayed a lot of houses. Bigfoot slapped that off and ran. I knew it. I knew it. Yeah. Hiding behind the coach again. Aliens from Skinwalker or Bigfoot did. Yeah, absolutely. There are no Bigfoots here. All right, that's Don's department. Talk to Don. He can tell you. All right, I come from the Pacific Northwest. I also can tell you they're not down. They want to be up in the trees in the forests of Oregon and Washington and Northern California. They don't want Utah. No. But what is a somebody asked me this week, what is a skinwalker? And originally I thought they were talking about aliens, but that's just where my mind went. Then I put the tinfoil on, and I got the real answer. The real answer were there were mythical creatures from the Indians, and over the years they were shapeshifters of sorts. They skinwalkers could change into any form that they like. And yes, if it doesn't sound like something from Star Trek, yeah, absolutely. That's kind of what it sounded like to me. But so Skinwalkers refers to they could change to a wolf, to a man, back to another animal. Miss Pearl, Dave, my dad used to paint her for the Aerojet Corp way back in the 60s. Now that was probably lead paint. I don't know though. I mean, what they're the Aerojet, they're probably, yeah, that's painting planes, so probably a different plane. So shapeshifters. That was I was trying to think. Shapeshifters. Thank you very much. Oh, Dave, there you go. Don's got it right there. Upper Peninsula of Michigan also. Do we have any in Utah? Do we have any reports in Utah? No. I don't think so. I don't think so. All right. Okay. So the Skinwalker. What is it with Bigfoot? I know what it is. Don kicked out that video a while back asking everybody to count the Bigfoots, and now everybody's got Bigfoot on the brain. All right. I'm interested in the alien variety. So and there have been plenty of reports from this area. So that's I was gonna say I have got cameras going on the skies, basically over the ranch for the foreseeable future while I'm here, and I will be running IR at night, and we'll just see what if we pick anything up. I will share with you and let you know. But I can tell you that my last trip to Area 51 was kind of a bust. We didn't really catch anything there, and I was a little disappointed. But I maybe they had vacation. The aliens had vacation or something, and so, or they knew that I was there and went, no, this wouldn't be a good idea. So, yes, right there. Yeah, if there's a gray guy with big eyes looking over my shoulder, that is exactly who we're watching for. Don, shh, stop encouraging the Bigfoots. All right. uh but I am looking forward. You can see, I'm not sure if you can kind of get the terrain a little flat here, little flat here. So we do have mesas. In fact, the Skinwalker Ranch is right at the base of a mesa, right over the edge there, just past the lake. And but we don't have the typical. As you drive in here, it does get flatter, more high desert. We are still in the Rockies, but we've lowered down into some lower elevations, about 5,500 feet, as I recall. And that was where I was trying to get out of when I left up there top of the mountain. And yeah, Don is asking what the elevation is. um Driving down out of there, I drove down, guys, I know it had to be at least 25 miles, and I went from 9,000 feet down to 7,000 feet, and then right back up another mountain and ended up back at 9,000 feet. And I thought, at that point I was really wanting to stop, but I thought, you know what, I can't handle any more of this this high altitude. I really want to get down to something lower. And I ended up in Duchesne, Utah, at, of all places, a county fairgrounds there. And it just so happened they were having their county fair there. And I ended up staying there. I got to confess something. I kind of snuck in there. I kind of I kind of snuck in. Now, I don't know if they normally charge. Nobody ever actually came over and asked me, and I didn't ask anybody. So, but as I was coming through and saw the fairgrounds, I saw cattle vehicles and horse trailers and RVs, and I thought, I wonder if I put on a cowboy hat without tinfoil, I wonder if I can sneak in there. And guys, I've done this in the past. I saw those vehicles and I thought, I can fit in there. And I slipped in and I stayed there for about 3 days this week. I enjoyed the fair and kind of hung out with the rodeo crowd and the barrel racers and just about everybody else who had a horse there, and parked back there with them, and had a great time. Visited with people and enjoyed the fair for a few days. First time, first time that I've been to a fair in probably about 10 years. So that was a lot of fun. But I have done this in the past. There on two occasions, and the parking lot was marked no overnight camping, and I slipped in with the NASCAR trucks. One time was in Phoenix, and I can't remember where I think the other one was Colorado. I can't remember where. I just saw all of the NASCAR trucks pulling in there, and there was a big race the following weekend. And slipped in there with them and stayed there the whole time. Never had any problem. Never had anybody actually come over and approach me, ask me any questions. And one of those times, I actually got to see Richard Petty walking around. And yes, he does wear his cowboy hat, and he is skinny as a rail. And I knew the minute that I saw him, that's Richard Petty. But I was trying to lay low. I did not rush out there and ask him for for an autograph. But that is the real deal when you're out on the road and you can kind of find a niche that you can fit in with. And with the NASCAR trucks, the race drivers all drive buses, so obviously they had $1 million buses, but I was still able to sneak in, and they must not have given me two thoughts, because never had anybody come over and talk to me at all. And I think I only stayed there a night or two. And then as before the trucks were leaving, I got out of there. But there you go. There's a boondocking, lot docking tip for you. If you find a group that you can fit in with, see if you can slip in there. The worst that could happen is they ask you to leave, and I'm okay with that. If they ask me to leave, and do you belong here? Are you supposed to be here? And I can say, my fault, my bad, and I'll just go ahead and take off. But so far, it's never happened. So I'm 2 or 3 for 3 now on that. So, yeah, good. In the county fairgrounds, there were no hookups. It was just a great big parking lot, and yeah, it was just filled with horse trailers and fifth wheels, and they call them something else in the horse world when you have your RV they call them living quarters, and they actually have horses that space in the back where you can haul your horses, but the front is living quarters, and that's where people stay at when they're hauling their horses. Cattle, horses, RVs, yeah, there you go. Your people. I can only thank Miss Bonnie for that, because I had no experience with that whatsoever. But yeah, I'm going to a few rodeos with her and seeing how she runs them, knowing how they run. Yeah, I actually was able to slip right in there, and no problem. So yeah, they do. Some county fairgrounds have a few RV hookups, cheap, and yeah, that is true for some of them. I did not push it. I I can boondock just fine. And I was not going to push for an RV site. As far as I was concerned, I fit in with this crowd. I don't know if there was actually supposed to be a charge or not, but I did go and participate in the fair on a couple of things, including, and I don't have a video to show you, but maybe next week I'll see if I can't have a video for you. I got to see Joe Nichols in concert, and Joe is a country music star. He's been doing it for, I don't know, 30 years, I think, something like that. And he was playing that night, and managed to go over and catch that concert. Enjoyed the fair. It was a smaller fair, but I can tell you that it was a lot of fun. I hadn't been to a fair in a long time, so uh, yeah, that's solar. Hey, speaking of, I think last week I alluded to the fact that I was getting better solar up at 9,300 feet. And that week that I was up there was absolutely solar fantastic. Um, I was I was pushing anywhere between 60 and 70% uh, of my batteries each day while I was up there. And somebody asked if I had ran my generator up there at that high altitude. I did try it, and I had no problem running the generator. I did not run it for very long, but um, I'm not sure. I've never Googled it. I don't look up. I haven't looked it up, but I can tell you that ever since coming down off of that mountain, my solar has been half what it was up there at 9,300 feet. I am lucky to break 35%. If I start off with zero or very close to it in the morning, by the afternoon, because you have to remember, I'm still using power through the day, refrigerator, laptops, TV, etc. But I can tell you without a doubt, and I didn't measure it, and I didn't think of measuring it while I was up there, but I will next time. My solar, I was easily kicking out 65%, 70% of my battery capacity while I was up there. As soon as I came down off of that, even down to the 5,500 feet where I came out at, there at the fairgrounds, 35% on my batteries per day added on. So almost half. And I would be willing to say half of what I was getting up there at higher altitude. So, we joked and we said we're closer to the sun and maybe that's it. I don't know. I don't know how to explain that one. So I can tell you though, I am headed for Colorado, and I know there's some very high places up in Colorado, and it will be mostly boondocking or campgrounds while I'm up there. And I'm going to be paying attention to that a little bit because and see just what the solar does with the higher elevations. I don't know. Higher elevation, less pollution. So uh, there might be something to that, Lenny. I thought about that. Not only does the solar work better at colder temperatures, but the cooler temperatures mean that my refrigerator does not need to work as hard, and quite possibly, I don't know, and it's going to be interesting to see as I travel into Colorado what I do notice, and I'm going to try to record it. I'm going to try to pay attention to it and maybe graph it somehow just so that I can see what the higher elevations do. But I can tell you, at least everything that I could see, I was rocking the solar power up there at 9,300 feet. So, thicker atmosphere, lower altitude scatters more light. Is that it? That may be it. But between you and Gary, higher elevation, less pollution. Something was working up there. Something was definitely working better up there because, yeah, no, yeah, it's a thinner atmosphere at that altitude, less stuff to interfere with. Yeah, yeah. Now I will say that I even had rain while I was up there. I had no shortage of cloudy days up there, and that's even more baffling because I should have had technically on some of those days less solar, and I did not. I was rocking it up there. I was cooking on electricity. where I normally cook with propane, and yeah, I was rocking the solar up there. Yeah, combination of those factors, I'd have to say. I'm gonna see if I can't pay attention to it because I've never seen. Yeah, combination of all three. I have never seen a video on it, and it would be interesting to kind of note what I'm doing as I travel through and head up to the higher elevations of Colorado, not Colorado Springs, but Colorado. And I love Colorado, guys. I'm really looking forward to getting back over there. I will be in Colorado for most of the month of September, heading down to the Balloon Fiesta in Albuquerque the first week in October. So I'm going to be taking some fun routes going through Colorado to some of my old haunts and some of the places where I used to live. I lived in Colorado while I was stationed with the military. I was stationed at Fort Carson, Colorado, in Colorado Springs, and I have to tell you, I loved Colorado. I hated to move from there, but I could not work there once I got out of the military. And yeah, keep a logbook of it daily. Yeah, I'm going to. I'm going to. And in fact, I may log what it is in the morning, what it is at noon, and what it is at 6 p.m. And just kind of see if I can't make some sort of graph and have something to show that. So, Valley of Gods, that is actually the Garden of the Gods, and that is right outside of Colorado Springs, one of my favorite places. And I was there just a few years ago, coming back from the East Coast. I got to see it, and yeah, Garden of the Gods is great. If you go to Wilkerson, I'm not sure where Wilkerson is. I'm not sure where that one is. I'm going to be going. I want to get down to Glenwood Springs, and I've got some things I want to do there. Head up to by Denver and potentially Estes Park, and then head down 25 through Colorado Springs, Pueblo, heading that way for Albuquerque. So really looking forward to seeing that, and look forward to getting back there again. And Garden of the Gods, I can almost guarantee I'll be there. So Wilkerson Pass. Been to both, got them mixed up. Okay, there you go. There you go. Oh my gosh. But while I was there, was back up a little bit to Duchesne, Utah. Spent a few days there and got to enjoy not only the concert with Joe Nichols. And if you don't know some of his favorites, his latest one is Her Clothes Fall Off with Tequila. And he just had a fun night, and I the next day stocked up on tequila. Just saying. So the following day they had a rodeo, and that was fun to go and sit in on the rodeo and watch that one, including, and I didn't note it on the videos there that as I was filming, but Jason Olson, who was a bareback champion, and he was in Oregon when we did that country western video for Jared Rogerson there in Central Oregon, actually Eastern Oregon. Is that right? Eastern Oregon. Well, Jared, if you remember the bareback rider from that video, he is a multi-time champion bareback rider. He was actually there, and I believe with his son, who was also riding, and so it's a small world in the rodeo world, and interesting to see him there. So Gary, TMI, we're just saying there are some things you can't unsee. There he goes. I don't think there was a number, Don. Is that the specific number? Is that is the name of Joe Nichols' song? I think it tequila, 5 tequilas, all women. Yeah, it does. I stocked up on tequila. I'm just saying. Oh my gosh! But rolled on through. Thank goodness it's not open mic night. There you go. We have. I'm not even going to go there. I'm not even going to go there. No, I'm not going to do it. Can I just say, I've been trying to find for the last 3 days propane. Now, I am not out of propane, but the last 3 days, each day as I'm traveling along on my route, doing my 70-mile days, I am trying to buy propane. Guys, I have stopped in everywhere where I see propane, which has been 3 so far, that I can fit the coach in. And for some reason, they don't have anybody to pump propane. There is usually one person at the cashier register inside, and they can sell you pop, they can sell you beer, they can't sell you propane because there's nobody to go out there and do it. So Don said $3.15 a gallon. I would take $4.15 a gallon. Not that I've needed. I'm actually not out of propane, but at this point, I can't find any place that can pump propane because they only have one person working. And even this morning, I went in where I stayed last night. They had a big propane tank, and I thought, I'm just going to wait until the morning and pull over there by the propane tank and walk inside and see if I can get anybody to come out and pump the propane. Said the same thing as everybody else. So that being said, if you're looking for a new career, all right, I'm just saying propane might be a good career choice. I'm okay, so Gary isn't totally naked. He's got his drinking jacket ready. There you go. So I can go live fast. No, Gary. No. Nobody wants to see that, Gary. All right, guys, that's gonna wrap it up for. Well, I'm just about out of my happy hour too. That's gonna wrap it up for this week, and I'm gonna film. We'll see what we find out. I'll share with you next week. Not sure where I'm gonna be next Sunday, so we're just gonna find out. But there you go. All right, guys, that's gonna wrap it up for this week. We will see you next week. Who's gonna get my I apologize. Last week, if you were looking for the last word of the day, we kind of running late, and I did not. I apologize. I did not give the last word of the night, but there it is. Miss Pearl's got it right there. There you go. Stay safe, everyone. Safe travels to you all. Enjoy. Live life full time. We'll see you guys next week, next Sunday, unless I kick a video out somewhere here. I just need to stop for a little bit. So you guys have a good night. We'll see you guys next week. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.